Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I couldn't resist to start this video with this engine running, with this tensioner pulley squeaking like crazy, because I did the video about that oil leaking, dripping from this 2UZFE, and many of you were so complaining that you couldn't hear me and so on. So that was a little tease to those. But of course, when I don't have to run the engine with a bad pulley, I won't be doing it for a purpose of clear voice and everything. So that was a little teaser, and let's go and replace this tensioner. It's a serpentine belt tensioner pulley. I have prepared a bunch of lights here so you can have a good view what we are doing, and hopefully it will be easy to film. Now, the engine, when it was running and it came to my shop, it was squeaking and screeching and making all that noise. And as we know, as we can see, there are many pulleys, there are many users of that belt. It's a one-piece serpentine belt which runs everything on this engine. So how did I know that the tensioner pulley, which we are underneath it right now, and here we go, this is what keeps the tension on that serpentine belt. How did I know it's this one and it's not maybe the power steering pump or the alternator and so on? Well, maybe I should say I got lucky. I was suspecting that one. So when it was possible, carefully, because there are running parts, you can switch off the engine, or if it's possible when it's all running, that depends on the situation, design of the engine. So I sprayed on front of that pulley a little bit of oil, restarted it immediately, and it was quiet. So I knew I was able to pinpoint which one it is, because with that short burst of the oil behind that washer, it immediately changed. However, don't think that's fixed. It came back within like 30 seconds with all kinds of different noises, while when it came to my shop, it was steady, making that one noise. So I knew it's this one. I ordered the part, and let's go replace it together. We will be together fighting over the space. I need some space to work on it, and you also want to see it, so that will be interesting how I will fit here next to you. But I hope I can manage showing you how to deal with it. I already know that that bolt is 14 millimeter, so I have my ratchet here, and my first thing is to basically remove that belt from that pulley. So I need to get it off. Let me keep trying to change the angle. Yep, that might be the best I can create here. We will see. That design of this one, it means everything goes the opposite way. So this actually will be normally loosening that bolt, but because the way it's designed, I'm actually tightening that bolt and it's not being loosened, and that allows me to pull this belt off the alternator. For example, I can do it right here. Again, I'm trying not to get much in your way, and so on. So the belt is off. You can see it, hopefully. Yeah, the alternator pulley is clear. Now if I switch the ratchet, just that click on it, that will allow me, which normally, or the thread, I will be, if I'm going with the ratchet towards to the left, I will be torquing it, but here it's the opposite. So look at it. It was very loose, I will say. And now I will go the opposite as It's intuitive to us because each bolt, when I go clockwise, I'm torquing it. This is the other way. And here we go. The bolt is long, that's fine. I have a bolt, I have that washer, and look at that. The pulley, it's off. So this is the old one, and pay attention to the color. I will explain in just a second. So anytime you want to try it, the pulley, when I remove it yesterday just to confirm for the customer, it was actually grinding, and it was dried out. The grease from that bearing, which is inside, was dried out. But you see it has an orange color. I then later put some oil in it just for him. So when he drives it to park it overnight and come back, it's not killing his ear, but you heard it. It came back. It didn't matter. So it's not rattling so much like yesterday, but it still grinds. I can feel it. Now, why am I showing you the color? When I called the dealer to give options to the customer, this is the new part, made in Canada. The dealer said, hey, I have two options. One has an orange bearing and one has a black bearing. I said, well, I don't know, give me both prices. One of them before tax was like $85 and the other one was like $105 plus tax. So that was pretty nuts. When I checked the aftermarket options, and this is actually what the owner of this Sequoia chosen, it showed just one option. It was roughly $20. It was not two different ones. It just said it's a 90 millimeters in diameter, which I confirmed. If it's the same, it was. Gave the prices to the owner and he said, let's go with this. If it's 4 times cheaper, and this poor Sequoia has already 250,000 miles, it should last for a while. So let's go and put it back. And this time I'm going backwards, basically, correct? What we just did. It's the opposite. This one, you might be wondering why I'm doing it from under. Well, it's way more accessible if you have removed the skid plate down here. On the top you have a cooling hoses and you have shroud and everything. This is way better spot. So this is all by the hand, and now I will use that 14 millimeter again. I will switch the ratchet and basically I will try to torque it while I'm holding this pulley so it's not going down. That should be enough. And in the same movement, now you have to be really paying attention to the routing of the belt. So I start moving it right here, leaving it on that tensioner. I'm holding it with that finger in that blue glove. I'm checking that the belt is routed over the pulleys correctly. And now I'm going to use this ratchet to put it on that alternator. I let go, can remove it, and before you will start it, always go with your light and inspect every single pulley which is on this setup. So when you will start it up, the belt doesn't fall off somewhere and starts shredding itself into pieces. And all around it means here on the AC compressor, obviously as we said, the power steering pulley right there, alternator, main crank, also on top of it, it's running from another idler. So before starting, always check all of those. I don't hear it screaming. I think we are good to go and the repair was successful. So hopefully this video gives you idea how you can do it yourself. It's not very difficult if you remove that bottom skid plate. The access is pretty good and all you need is 14mm socket. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I have way more coming your way soon. I will catch you later, friend.